The room erupted into boisterous laughter, a wave of unfiltered joy that swept through every corner like a chorus in perfect sync. Everyone joined in, chuckling and gasping for breath, everyone except him. He stood off to the side, his eyes locked on me, expression still and unreadable. There was no smile, no playful jab in return, just silence. A silence that felt so heavy, so present, it might as well have been a wall between us. I didn't realize it then, but something small and invisible had cracked open. At the time, I brushed it off as a harmless moment, a joke that had simply landed wrong. But looking back, that fleeting line, tossed out for laughs, was the very thread that started to unravel everything. If I had the chance, I would take those words back without hesitation. I'd trade anything to undo what they caused. Have you ever said something careless, something you meant to be funny, only to watch it cost you someone irreplaceable? I'm 31 now, and this is the story of how I destroyed something valuable. Not through lies or betrayal, but with one thoughtless moment meant to entertain a crowd. Elliot wasn't the kind of man who sought attention. He didn't need grand gestures or loud declarations to leave a mark. His presence was quiet, constant, like a warm fire burning steadily through the cold. You might not notice him right away, but once you did, his calm strength was unmistakable. We had been together for nearly 2 years, and during that time, I grew to admire the subtle depth of him, his patience, his reliability, the way he truly listened. He was always there, wholly present in a way I didn't realize was rare, until it was gone. The incident happened at a birthday party for someone I barely knew. It was one of those busy gatherings, friends of friends, strangers, plus ones mingling in a packed apartment. The drinks flowed, and the air buzzed with sharp humor, everyone jockeying to deliver the cleverest remark. I've always been quick with comebacks. That's how I connect with people. It's my way of owning a room. Elliot, on the other hand, preferred to listen, to observe. He was never the loudest, but when he did speak, it meant something. That night, he tried to keep pace, to meet the room's manic energy. Then someone asked a question, meant to be playful, but loaded nonetheless. What would your man do if someone tried to mug you? I didn't think. I just laughed and shot back. Elliot? He'd probably apologize to the guy and offer to split whatever he had on him. The crowd roared. That kind of laughter, loud, exaggerated, egging each other on. Someone added, "Totally. He gives off that gentle guy energy." More laughter followed. The jokes kept coming, piling on. I didn't stop them. I leaned in, smirking. Honestly, if anything ever went down, I'd just shove Elliot at the guy and run. The room lost it, cheering, snorting, clapping. For a second I basked in it. I felt sharp. Charming. Like I'd nailed it. Then I caught Elliot's face. He wasn't smiling. Not even politely. His expression didn't carry anger. It was worse. It was vacant. Without saying a word, he stood up, grabbed his coat, and walked out. The laughter faltered, trailed off awkwardly. Someone muttered, "Oof." Another offered. Didn't mean to hit a nerve. I stood frozen, a drink in my hand, the warmth of that moment fading into cold unease. I followed him outside, trying to lighten the mood. "Elliot, come on. It was just a joke." He didn't yell. He didn't accuse. He just looked at me, eyes steady and quiet, and asked, "Why did you make me the punchline?" I scrambled for words. "It wasn't like that. I was just playing around." He nodded slightly. "Maybe, but it still hurt." I told myself he'd cool off, that he was being overly sensitive, that we'd laugh about it later. But that night, he didn't come home with me. He ignored my calls. My texts went unopened. The next morning, I sent a message. "I'm sorry if I upset you. I didn't mean to." His reply was calm, yet piercing in its honesty. "It's not just that you hurt me. You made me feel small. And you enjoyed it." That was when the realization truly hit. It wasn't just the joke, it was how I used it. How I took his gentleness and turned it into a comedy bit. I traded his dignity for a few cheap laughs. I didn't just humiliate him, I did it gleefully and in front of strangers. In the days that followed, there was no dramatic breakup, no angry confrontation. Just quiet. Empty space where warmth used to be. A week later, I convinced him to meet. He was calm. Too calm. "I'm not mad," he said. "I'm just tired. Tired of waiting for you to see me." His words hit like ice. I begged him to reconsider, said it was just one mistake. He shook his head. "It's not just this night. You've done it before. You've used me as the setup for your clever lines more times than you realize. I always hoped you'd notice. Or care." He left that day. No yelling. No drama. Just a quiet goodbye that felt permanent. Months passed. I held on to the hope that he'd come back. That what we had was too real to let go. But time has a way of clearing the fog. Eventually, I started seeing glimpses of him again. Photos online, friends mentioning him. He looked lighter. Happier. Like he'd taken off a heavy coat he didn't know he was wearing. Then came the image that truly broke me. Elliot was with someone else. A woman whose smile was soft and sincere. And in his eyes was a look I hadn't seen in a long time. The look that used to be reserved for me. He'd found someone who treated him with care. Someone who valued him for the quiet strength he carried. Someone who would never turn his heart into a joke for the sake of applause. Now, when I hear laughter that feels cruel or comes at someone's expense, I go quiet. I've learned the cost of that kind of joke. If you've ever turned someone you love into a laugh line, ask yourself, was it worth it? Some people won't argue. They won't raise their voices or ask for explanations. They'll simply walk away. And once they do, they're gone for good. If you've ever lost someone good because you didn't treat them as you should, then maybe, like me, you know exactly what that silence sounds like.